Former Maryland State Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Nancy Grasmick, spent 20 years of her career championing the nation's top schools, and now she's stepped out of retirement to introduce a new STEM program. It's called All Systems Go. It's over at Towson University, and Dr. Grasmick is joining us here in Teepee Hill this morning. Thanks for coming by.
My pleasure to be here with you.
If it's education, the word STEM, you see it everywhere now. Talk a little bit about just what it means for kids these days to have some sort of science background.
Well, it really means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And when we think about the future opportunities for our students, it really represents the STEM fields. And so we want to prepare our students to be able to enter those fields with a high level of competence. And so we're excited at Towson University, as we are at the State Department of Education, to have students who begin to develop this interest and love of STEM as early as elementary school.
Talk a little more about the push over at Towson University. You know, 23,000 students, I think you said, second largest university in the state. What are they providing in order to get things going for you?
Well, as you probably know, Towson is the largest producer of teachers in the state of Maryland. But one of the things that we saw as a deficit was that we did not have teachers who were fully prepared in those STEM areas. And so at Towson University, we applied for the National You Teach Foundation grant, which specifically prepares teachers to enter the field of teaching in science and mathematics. And so we have the first site in the state of Maryland to prepare those teachers. When I was state superintendent, I really felt that, in fact, students didn't become encouraged to enter and have a love of those fields in even middle school or high school, but in elementary school. And yet many of our elementary teachers don't feel that level of competence in those areas of science and mathematics. And so we developed this program for resource teachers in STEM education that will work in our elementary schools to begin to develop this excitement about the STEM fields.
Sure, and you keep mentioning elementary, so I have to ask, what is it about starting so early that's so important? I mean, an elementary school kid in science and technology, that's pretty good.
It's very good, but they don't think of it in that way. They think of it as the excitement of learning.
Yeah.
And I will tell you something. Each year I used to have a panel of high school students who said when they went on to higher education, they'd be pursuing STEM fields. And I'd ask them, when did you get excited about STEM?
Yeah.
It was never high school. It was never middle school. It was elementary school. So when I would probe that question and say, well, what was it about elementary school? Oh, we had a teacher who let us experiment, who let us apply what we had learned, who let us put those things together between science and mathematics. So that's where it really became a part of their excitement about learning.
How does that play into the approach of how you're going to teach these teachers to relay that message to students? What's the approach there at Towson?
The approach at Towson is that, first of all, they'll have internships with real students, and to look at learning, not just I'm delivering, you're receiving. No, what have you received that you can actually apply and do something with? And so it's this application of learning. It's not saying we have these things in silos. They come together. It's really hard to think of fields like engineering, like biotechnology, like conservation, without the integration of both science and mathematics. And of course, we can't think of an occupation today that doesn't require technology.
Sure.
So that's part of it. But the other thing that Towson University is doing is to say we have teachers who are teaching our students, particularly at the high school level, with a high bar, with advanced placement, for instance, in math and science. And yet many of our teachers were prepared years ago. We're not sure they're teaching that information with a level of fidelity. And so we are bringing them back during the summer and preparing them to be on the cutting edge of how you deliver this information. We also see students, and many of these are young women and minority students, who have a desire to pursue these fields, but have some weaknesses in their background. So through a wonderful grant with the College Board, the National College Board, we're able to work with those students during the summer and prepare them to take these more rigorous courses. And we're excited to say we just got the results from doing this, and you know the highest score you can get on the advanced placement exams is a 5.
Yeah.
These students are getting 4s and 5s.
I can feel your excitement.
I am
can
totally
see-
excited about that.
You know, and you talked a little bit about minority students. In urban schools, you know, you've dealt with state schools. Sometimes urban schools feel like they're not getting what other areas are getting. How do you make this inclusive so everyone feels like they've gotten a chance to at least touch STEM and maybe spark that next idea?
Well, the things that we're doing have to do with bringing those teachers from Baltimore City to Towson University during the summer so that we can do work with them to feel like they have the confidence to deliver this excellent curriculum to their students. So that's number one. The second thing is engaging their students during the summer and preparing them for the rigorous courses they will take this fall. And we have seen the results of doing that at schools like Milford Mill in Baltimore County and Randallstown. We've had some fabulous results from those schools. And so now we're engaging Baltimore City in that process, in addition to which we are preparing our teachers who go through the U-Teach program to go into Baltimore City, assume positions in math and science.
Good
So
thing.
we're excited
I can feel
about our relationship
Yeah.
with the city particularly, but certainly to some of our metropolitan areas where we have high percentages of minority students.
Thank you so much for coming by. We're running out of time, but I'm glad you're so excited.
I'm
Students will be
excited.
excited as well. Don't